M is for Manvasion. In the name of the alphabet and the power that it conveys, I'm merging and manipulating a couple of long ago written posts into something for the ongoing series. I wrote a single M post last year, M is for Mother, and it was very nicely read for a YouTube audience by a fellow Canadian a few months ago. And I've got a few more M posts coming over the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. Today I'm talking about war. Well, the daily battle that constitutes existing in a world where women-only space, even of the electronic variety, is not allowed. M is for Manvasion. Yes, I know it's a made-up word, but it works well here. I've hung out on different online forums at different times, very often as a lurker. I don't often participate because what's the point? Most places are run by men and heavily populated by men and their female acolytes. You either get censored, ignored, or attacked when you comment as a non-handmaiden. Pointless to waste your energy. One thing you will find, however, no matter which forum you find yourself on, is that if there is a woman-only space or a woman-pertinent topic, males will come and jizz all over it. And no matter where they're from or what age they are, they're all exactly the same. It's a bit eerie, actually, but as a result, they are completely predictable. I'm trying to figure out whether all males share a mind or whether they're all given a handbook at birth. How to derail a discussion group of women in the most male way possible in 10 easy steps. I'm going to ignore the Neanderthal infiltrator. He is the guy who just stomps in and announces, with poor grammar and a ton of misspellings, that all women are bitches or that women are destroying men somehow, and then he just waits for women to freak out, which they usually don't because they've encountered this asshole a million times before. No, today I'm focusing on the guy who saunters in and attempts a dialogue. There are a million of these guys too, but they are often a little more successful at derailing women. Here's how it always goes. 1. Male announces himself. Greetings. I'm Harry Dickman, but you can call me Humble Dude. I'm just a simple, innocent male and an honest-to-goodness nice guy, and I wanted to ask a question of all you amazing smart woman goddesses. You can feel free to ignore me, but I would love it if you would educate me on XYZ topic. I am so confused. And there is often some bashful or goofy emoji ending this little introduction. But note a few things here. The male must announce himself, unlike any of the women in the group, even if they haven't posted before. He usually tells everyone he is male and then makes some self-deprecating comment to show women that he doesn't feel superior to him. That's coming later. He also invites the women to completely ignore him, while at the same time plowing on with an endless paragraph that demands that they filter through the jizzy mess, unable to ignore him. In the humble paragraph, it is clear that despite what his actual words say, he does, in fact, expect the group to completely shift focus to him, and often the question he has isn't directly tied to the initial topic of the post. 2. Reactions. Someone always reacts to the nice guy. There is at least one naive and or well-trained, nice, liberal feminist who welcomes the penis to the group. He's being so sweet and humble after all, so he can't be one of those guys. Not all men. Women are expected to be nice and helpful, and most importantly, not to have boundaries. It is okay to interrupt women and demand their attention. Men don't see this as being on the same spectrum as sexual assault, unwanted touching, taking up more than one's share of space on buses or shared seating, etc. But it is all part of the male dominance, female subservience system. Women don't have boundaries. Men have the right to be everywhere. So you'll get a nice, welcoming lib femme thrilled with the opportunity to help a male understand what women are about, who usually asks humble dude to clarify something or to spell out his question, if he didn't already do so upon flouncing into the e-space. You will also often get at least one awesome woman who will address the intruder by his real name, usually something like Scrote or Moid. Welcoming woman is usually quicker on the draw, though, so by the time warrior woman has responded, humble dude has usually written at least 2 to 3 long paragraphs outlining his confusion or clarifying how fucking amazing he is. Not all men! 3. Truth will out. So then, the Scrote sees the unwelcoming comment and he shows his real face. Holy shit, he isn't a nice guy. Or rather, he is a nice guy, but the bitch who's biting his head off is making him respond like some rapey turd. How can you blame him? How else is he to respond to someone who is clearly a man-hating lesbian and who likely has emasculating testicle shears hanging just inside the front door of her apartment? Is he supposed to just leave the forum? Hell no! He has every right to be in the women's space, derailing everyone from the interesting topic they had been discussing, and demanding that all eyes turn to him as he spins in a testosteronic cloud of confusion. Stop talking and just listen and learn by reading? Hell no! He has a right to voice his opinions and ask his questions. How dare these women attack him? He is suddenly a victim, and he lashes out like all men know how to do. His initial response is usually along the lines of, "What is your problem? What did I do?" Totally eye-blinkingly innocent. 4. The true purpose. It becomes quickly apparent that the scrotal mess isn't there to be educated. What he really wanted to do was to remind women that they're not allowed to exist anywhere unpoliced by males. He may point out that feminists are misinterpreting the state of the world, or most men aren't what the actual data available publicly say they are, or most men don't hate women, and the men who do hate women don't hate them 100%, maybe just like 25% or something. There's always a statistic in there somewhere. Or women have more power than men these days. Or that women have the vote now, so what the hell are we complaining about? Or, pick something. It almost always has something to do with women being stupid or privileged in some way, and men are innocent victims suffering in this world because of mean feminists who are mean, ruining everything. 5. The gloves come off. There may be some response from the ass-kicking forum defenders telling Sir Masturbates a lot to fuck off. The initially welcoming woman has either tried to diffuse the situation or has retreated in confusion and fear, wondering why she is associating with violent feminazis. And the man then goes on to do at least one of the following. A. He deposits a man turd in the form of a warning. Example. With this attitude, you will quickly find yourself with few allies. Or, you'll never make progress if you don't include me and other nice feminist guys in your endeavors. B. He reinforces his victim status, even though he was the one to penetrate the women's discussion group. Geez, bite my head off. I was just trying to learn and ask a simple multi-paragraph topic derailing question. Or C. He'll make threats and use hate speech. This is self-explanatory. We've all seen nice guys wish us dead or raped. They've all reported us for hate speech and tried to get us censored, often successfully. They've all called us cunts and bitches and feminazis and whores and TERFs and Karens, and the list is endless. 6. The exit. Scrote eventually fucks off. He's often banned if there's a moderator, but he may come back with a different username. Sometimes it's hard to tell, they all sound the bloody same. But all women are left knowing that no matter where they are, whether it be online or in the meat world, they will always be attacked by men. Women are just not allowed to speak publicly without some man policing the whole damned thing and thinking that his opinion is more important than women's, and that his demand for attention and service are vastly more urgent and important than the need for women to speak freely and without interference about the things that concern their lives most seriously. And as a close, note that I've lurked on blogs and forums representing other special interest groups, and I've never seen this level of infiltration and sense of entitlement by members that wouldn't normally be included in that group. This seems only to apply to women as a class, especially feminists, lesbians, and other hard-to-control females. It's up to you to decide why all these guys sound the same. This is not a war that can be won as long as women willingly mix with men. The rules are set by men to benefit men, and in their minds, consenting to one boundary invasion is blanket consent for the erasure of all boundaries. There is only prevention and damage control, and the only thing I know for certain is that unless you are prepared to do serious battle, it's just best not to respond to them. They hate it and will go away faster. They'll be back, but maybe with a different name, but the damage and waste will be less for you.